See, what is the 8th point, ma? We also learned how to multiply two decimal numbers. See, in this lesson, we are going to learn how to multiply the decimal numbers also. Okay. While multiplying two decimal numbers, first multiply them as whole numbers. Count the number of digits to the right of the decimal point in both the decimal numbers. Add the number of digits counted. Put the decimal point in the product by counting the digits from its rightmost place. The count should be the sum obtained earlier. Understood? See, how means, see, nothing, very easy. See here, for example, I have taken the two decimals 0.5 and 0.7. First, you forget about the decimals. First, what you have to do now for multiplying? Take 5 and 7. You multiply both. 5 7s are 35. And now you come to the decimal point. Where you have to keep the decimal point? Here, after the decimal, how many numbers are there? How many digits are there? 1 digit. Here, after the decimal, how many digits are there? 1. 1 plus 1, 2 digits. You leave from right to left. You have to come from right to left. You have to leave the 2 digits in the answer. 1, 2 and keep the decimal point. Understood? Like that. It's very easy. While explaining the multiplication of decimals, again in the exercise sums, I will explain clearly. And the 9th point. What is the 9th point? To multiply a decimal numbers by 10,000 or 1,000, we move the decimal point in the number to the right by as many places as there are zeros over 1. See, for example, any decimal point, you are multiplying with 1,000, 10,000, 100 or 10, whatever it may be. You are multiplying means it's very easy multiplication. What you have to do? How you have to multiply? See here, for example, I have taken 0.53. This decimal number I am multiplying with 10. See, 10 means it is having how many zeros? 1 0. Yes, right? 1 0. This 1 0. That means here in the whatever the decimal number we have taken, in that the decimal point we have to move towards the right side. We have to leave one place and we have to keep the decimal towards the right side. See here 0 after 5 3 is there, but in the 10 we are having 1 0 now. Here we have to leave the 5 and we have to keep the decimal there, 5.3. Understanding? Here, for example, you are multiplying with the 100. 100 is having 2 zeros. Here you have to move the decimal points towards the right side. You have to leave the 2 digits and you have to keep the decimal point. Understanding? That means here 5 and 3. You have to leave the 2 digits. That means 5 and 3. You have to leave and you have to keep the decimal point. Here not required to keep the decimal point. Why? Because 5 3 after we don't have any digits. That means the number is 53. That means these two numbers will include in the whole parts. See, decimal is having the whole number part and decimal number part, right? These decimal numbers will go to the whole number parts. Understanding? Very clearly I will explain in the exercise sums, because everything I am explaining now only you will get confusion. Just what are the points we are going to discuss in this lesson. I am giving the introduction part. Clearly I will explain while we are doing the sums. In the same way, for example, you are multiplying with the 1,000. 1,000 is having the 3 digits, 3 zeros. Yes, right? But in the decimal number, we have only 2 digits. Where we have to move the one more digit. See, after the 2 digits, nothing is there means it means it is having the zeros. Understanding? Here we are having the 2 digits. One more digit we need. That digit nothing but we have to take the. Now what about the last point? We have seen how to divide the decimal numbers, and here we are going to see how we have to divide the decimal numbers in the different ways. See, to divide a decimal number by a whole number, we first divide them as whole numbers, then place the decimal points in the quotient as in the decimal number. Just to see the examples more clearly while doing the sums, I will explain you. See, for example, you are taken a decimal number and a whole number. You are dividing means first you have to take it like a, here 8.4 is there na. While doing, first you take like a 84 and divided by 4. You will get answer 21. In that you have to keep the decimal. Here you have to count like a multiplication. What you have done na, same way here you have to count after the decimal how many points are there. Same you have to leave from right to left. Leave here after the decimal only 1 point is there. The same way from the right side to you have right to left you have to leave the 1 digit and keep the decimal point in the answer. Understood? See, this we have to, whatever we are explaining, that will be applicable only when we will get the remainder as 0. See, understanding? When you will get the remainder as 0, then only this point is applicable. Remaining times how to do, I will explain later. Okay. To divide a decimal number by 10,000 or 1,000, shift the digits in the decimal number to the left by as many places as there are zeros over 1 to get the quotient. Understanding? See, we have moved the, while multiplying, we are multiplying with 10 or 100 or 1,000. We have moved the decimals from right side to left side, but here in the division we have to move the numbers from left side to right side. Understanding? That means, for example, here we are having the 23.9. This we are dividing by 10. That means how many zeros are there in 10? 1 zero is there. That means from the left side, after the decimal, that means before the decimal, which number is there, that 1 digit we will move after the decimal. That means this decimal point will move. See here, this decimal point will move from here to left side. Understanding? Decimal point will move from here to left side that many places. Understood? Here how many places it has to move? 1 place. That means it will become 2.39. For example, 100. This decimal point has to move 2 places left side. 1, 2. That means it will become 0.239. Understood? Next, this is 1,000. That means 3 places it has to move. But here we are having only 2 places. One more place we have to keep the 0 here. Left side only you have to keep. It will become 0.0239. Understanding? Okay. Next, for example, you are taking the 2 as a decimal numbers. How it will be? See, while dividing 2 decimal numbers, first shift the decimal point to the right by equal number of places in both to cover the divisor to the whole number. Then divide thus 2.4. See, this point I will explain with the example. What is that example? 2.4 divided by 0.2. For example, you have taken a 2 decimal point and you are dividing. That means both the decimal points, whatever the decimals you have taken, both are having the same decimal digits after the decimal means. Then you have to convert like those into a, what is that? Whole numbers. When which case both are having the equal number of digits after the decimal. See, 2.4 also having the 1 digit after the decimal and 0.2 also having the 1 digit only after the decimal. In this case, you can write like a whole number 24 divided by 2 and you can do the division. Understood? Understood, children? These are the different types of fractional multiplications and decimal multiplications, divisions we are going to learn in this fractions and decimals chapter, and I will start the exercise sums in the next class. Thank you. Have a nice day.